maybe. Hey guys.
I think we're
Good to
live.
see you.
It's jingle time.
The DevCast, where verse meets meta, where meta meets verse, where gamers meet devs, and vice versa. DevCast, it's in the name. DevCast, it's in the game. DevCast, it's in the verse. DevCast, it's multiverse. Plugging you in, where verse meets meta. Plugging you in, where meta meets verse. Plugging you in, feel the pulse getting better. Plugging you in to the multiverse. DevCast, the DevCast, casting the DevCast in our verse. The DevCast. Where verse meets meta.
Woo-hoo. Hello again, everybody. I quite like that jingle. It's really growing on me. I'm going to learn the words and sing along next time and make you all hate it. Hello. It's me, Wendy, and it's San, your lovely FTL Dev team here for yet another DevCast where you hear us chat about random crap. Some of it interesting, some of it relevant. All true, I think. Would you say?
I'm just getting told that we don't have video, but they do have audio.
It's multiverse.
So the billboard does not have video, but the billboard does have audio. So for all of you listening, our voices rock and our faces are amazing, but
there's
you'll
a slight
just have
delay
to imagine
from our end,
those.
so it may be that the is there no video at all because it was seeming to work fine on my playback.
This is
So
from Faye.
yeah, it looks like it's working for me. I can lick us doing.
Call out to Fade,
Yeah, that's right.
standing at the zombie hands.
It should
Okay,
be on all
cool.
billboards, but
So,
it'll definitely
yeah.
be on the Grand Central one. If it's not on all of them, then I can't fix that now, but I will look at that for next week. Okay, well, we're just going to go ahead assuming that all is good.
So just to be clear, where are we appearing? What are we doing?
So
Who
we
are we?
are
Where are we?
in
What's going on?
the live stream room, which you can access via the events menu. And you can also see us on the Infiniverse billboard. So head to Infiniverse if you want to find, the quickest way probably is going via Discovery menu and picking the Central Lady Unity statue, and that will bring you right out by Grand Central. There are other billboards also by the Dev Zone, the Zombie Town, Planetarium, I can't remember where the billboards are. But they are around Central City. So we have feedback from our eyes on the ground, our feet in the verse, that it is all working. So I'm just going to assume that everything is fine. So we've got a nice schedule for you today, lots of things to talk about. So I'll give you a quick rundown of what to expect. So we're going to be discussing the storefronts that are launching tomorrow. We're going to be discussing the huge changes that made this week with the subscription levels and the new templates. We've got a little information on our planetarium and the NASA Live events. A little chat about the XP trial, which is ongoing, and some feedback on what we have discovered so far of that. And then to end the session, we are going to do, drum roll please, I didn't cue that up, we're going to be picking at random the egg, which is going to be moved to the next stage. As we announced last week, there has been a milestone achieved by a user that cannot be contacted. So we are going to be picking at random the egg to be hatched. More on that later. Sam.
That's awesome. It sounds like we've got a plan, sounds like we know what we're doing, and sounds like you're in control, which is all we need.
How did that happen?
I was asleep with my feet up somewhere.
Yeah, it's a coup from the inside. I started off as just a wife of someone, and I ended up taking over the whole caboodle.
Yeah, I'm going to Hawaii for the next 3 years. I'll catch you on the other side.
Yeah, it'll be all right. I can wing it.
Yeah, wing it.
Not that hard.
Not that hard at all.
Seriously.
Don't know what Chris was complaining about. I mean, other than Ollie.
Who? Who's that?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, let's start. Let's hit it. What are we starting with? We're starting with the storefront.
Yeah, so let's start with
What's going on? When are they launching?
tomorrow. So yeah, we've been advertising this for some time now, and the time has finally come to get these storefronts underway. So yeah, quick rundown of what's going to be happening tomorrow. We're going to be launching the first in the set of new storefronts. We've got loads of ones coming out, and we're going to be rolling them out over the autumn to make sure you get time to look at them all and experience each one in its full. Yes.
Just to say, the message on the street is that your new microphone is not very good.
Oh, bloody hell! Look this! Look this! It's a fancy ass one as well.
So apparently, I mean, I can hear you fine, but
Well,
everybody else is saying that you're still too low to hear. It could be that they've got you on mute. Maybe they just muted you.
Is that better now, people?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm hearing that the
I'll move it
background
right next
music
to me.
is louder than Wendy.
I will move that right next to me. And
Yeah.
see. But yeah, I do have. See, I invested. I did invest, and the company is apparently going to pay me back for this. So okay, I'll come a little bit closer, and hopefully that will help. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, these storefronts. So tomorrow we have a kind of a double launch. So the first one is going to be the brand new template, which we have dubbed the social media room. This is awesome for various reasons. It is designed to suit those with a social media presence, vloggers, influencers. And why has it done that? The main reason is we have got in there something which has been asked for a long time, which is portrait videos. So it will fit your Facebook and your mobile or cell phone and your TikTok style. So this is going to come with a caveat. This is a workaround that we've had to introduce to make this possible. In order to help you, there is a really handy little guide on multiverseupdates.com where all of our other tutorials can be found. This isn't so. The main thing to notice is portrait videos cannot be used in any slot. They can only be used in the ones marked for that purpose. And they have to be set up in a certain way. It's not hard for all the video editors out there. It's a very easy thing to do, but you do need to just follow the simple steps. So head off to that tutorial, work out how to do it, and then you can start uploading your social content in there. The other really cool feature about this room,
Basically like this, right?
basically like that, yeah, basically. So you stay like that, you hover like that for the rest of the
simple steps.
The second cool feature in this room is that it has fully you choose tech. So all of the storefronts that are coming out now have this tech in. That means you can customize the floor and the walls, all four walls, and the floor. In some of the cases, you can also customize the little skirting board and the data rail that run around the room. So this is going to open up your creativity, get those juices flowing, and you can start designing these rooms to your absolute delight. The final third feature, which again is available in all the storefronts we've got coming up, is new browser buttons. Now again, there's a little tutorial for these at multiverseupdates.com. So browser buttons, this is a kind of a combination of the lovely big green buttons that you can press and the fact that you can currently link up, that's just, I don't know what that is, that you can currently link up a door to take you to an external browser. Well, the browser opens up, as you know, in front of you in the app. So what we've done is we've merged these two features. So when you press a browser button, as long as it is linked up to go to a URL, then the browser will open up in front of you. You can customize the image on the button and the image next to the button. So for all of you retailers or people with other websites or external information, what you can do is now direct people directly to those web pages and websites. There are 4 of these in the social media room, which gives you huge flexibility. Yes, Sam?
So just to say, if I was maybe selling t-shirts, like this awesome one here, I could put a t-shirt image on the button, I could put a t-shirt image on the panel, and I could point people to it, and I could say, press that, and magic would happen.
I mean, you say magic, it's actually,
the t-shirt directly in app on the browser.
Yeah, it would open up,
and even this one.
It would take you to the buy now, buy this awesome t-shirt page, where users can type in their information. You can link it up to contact me pages, to feedback pages, to I love this storefront pages, to sendsanmoney.com pages. You can link up
That's
to
the
any...
OnlyFans where you get the dirty, unwashed t-shirts.
Yeah, you can link up these browsers to anything. So this is going to be a fantastic way for anyone with storefronts to really get that trade, that footfall, and that interest going, whether it's products, services, information, or whatever it is. I'm really, really excited about this possibility for you. Again, do check out the tutorial. There's a couple of little steps to follow to make sure it works properly.
Where do we find the tutorial?
Sorry, say that again?
Where is the tutorial?
The tutorial is at multiverseupdates.com, where you can find tutorials, guides, and all the latest information, announcements, and events. Those of you who have been to the Chamber of Commerce, run by the lovely Alison, will have already seen these browse buttons in effect. Browse buttons, or retail buttons, they're sometimes called. So do get using them. So those are the 3 key features of this new storefront, the social media storefront. It's got the portrait videos, it's got the YouTube's tech, and it has browser buttons. So that is going to be awesome as a good way to launch this new storefront rollout. We also have a third tutorial. It's a tutorial mad at the moment on the same website, just as a quick run over of the storefronts, because we are introducing lots of new features. Each storefront is slightly different now, whereas before they were all very much the same pattern with the same kind of layout in them, so it wasn't really much of a change when you switched. So we've done another little storefronts guide just to help you explain the differences between them. Yeah, I'll stop to take a breath.
I was going to say, if somebody makes an amazingly awesome storefront, what should they do? Should they maybe tell Dora and get it, see if we can feature it or something?
Run away and hide. But yeah, we have featuring. So you go onto that little discovery menu, that very first page, and you've got the featured. If you want your storefront up there, then that's not a problem. We can do that for you. Just make sure all the information is filled out on the multiverseonline.io. So that means a discovery menu banner and a discovery poster to make sure we've got some nice imagery up there. And then contact Dora and she will check it out. And if it's a great storefront, which I know it will be because you guys do great stuff, we will feature it, and that will just drive traffic straight through to your storefront. We have up to 5 featured locations every single week. So yeah, get sending and let us know what you've been doing. There are some out there. We do try and keep track of it, but it is tough to see what's going on. So do shout out, make yourself known. Don't be scared at putting your hand up and going, hey, come see what I've done. And we'll definitely do that.
So feature, make awesome storefronts, tell us about it. We'll put them on the discovery menu. And for those noobs of you who are out there and don't know what we're talking about, how do you open the discovery menu?
You'll take your controller like so, and you press that little button there. That one with
the little Oculus menu button.
Yeah, if you look at your wrist menu, as you were taught in the tutorial, so lift your hand up as you're looking at a watch, you'll see a little prompt on there. Press the little 3 lines button for the discovery menu. There's also other posters scattered about the app to explain how the menu works. So just press that little button once under your thumb, it will pop up in front of you, and you will get loads of access to events, featured places, locations, your stuff, other stuff, landmarks, all sorts of things. It's a great gateway to find out what is hot right now in the app. That
Okay, are we ready to move on?
One last thing on the storefront. So that is the I know. That is the new template that we launched tomorrow. However, what we're also doing tomorrow is we are introducing a change to the default storefront. So this is the one when you go into an unpurchased store, or when you first purchase your storefront. That's the default baseline template that you get given. We have changed this to a slimmer, more bijou little version, which is a great little starter storefront to get going with. Now, what this means is anyone who already has a storefront that has this default design, so they haven't changed it to one of the custom ones, is going to get it automatically changed to this new style. There will be no loss of content. However, because the room is smaller, things will have moved around a little bit. So the image that was on the rear wall may now be on the side wall. Fear not. If you think, hell that shit, I spent ages putting all these images in just the right places, simply head over to the website multiverseonline.io and change the template back again, because we've kept that original design. It's now called the standard storefront, and you can just change it back again, and everything will be restored to how it was originally.
So that's awesome. But since we've now downgraded all those premium, pro, business storefronts and other templates to premium, doesn't that mean that they don't just have to choose the standard? They could choose whichever one they wanted.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, more importantly than that, you can now pick loads of storefronts. We are even increased the storefront limits. So every single tier, so obviously in order to have a storefront, you have to have a premium account or up. But we've increased those limits. So now the number of storefronts you're allowed to have on the premium, pro and business tiers has increased. So you can add in new storefronts without needing to add in a second account. So that is going to be massive for those of you wanting to create little sets and have like a chain store, if you like, throughout Infiniverse. But yes, every single one of these storefront templates is on premium and above. So yeah, that actually segues nicely onto the subscription changes. Just checking I've said everything about the storefronts.
Make sure you go in and test it, check your storefronts out, see if the new template looks good in your storefront or if you want one of the other ones. Remember that the old one is now called the standard storefront, is available to you on Multiverse Online. You go find your storefront in your list of storefronts, you click on it and you change the template, and you can not just change it to the standard, you can change it to any of the others that are available.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that brings us on to some other massive changes that have happened this week. We have been busy bees this week. Starting to really roll out the big changes that we've been planning for this autumn. So yeah, the main one of which is this subscription overhaul. So the biggest overhaul since launch of our subscription tiers went out this week. We looked at them all and we shook them all up. So yeah, I know. Ooh.
Shake it up, baby!
As an overview of the key changes that have been introduced. So as we just said, limits have increased. So storefront limits have increased and storage limits have increased. So you can upload more content to your metaverses. We have downgraded every single template. So every template is now available to users on premium and above. Now, what this means, what you're used to seeing is if you have a pro or business template and you open up the list when you want to create a new metaverse, you're used to seeing the free section, the premium section, the pro section, the business section. Fear not, there is no longer a pro section, there is no longer a business section. Everything that says premium plus, that means, is available from premium upwards. So everyone on Premium Pro and Business has access to every single one. That is over 80 actually I think it's over 100 templates actually that you now have access to, which is a ridiculous amount. We've also bumped up the quota for free, so those on a free plan also have an increased selection to get going with their own metaverses. On top of this, we've added in some new templates. So those of you who loved the old themes, the boutique and the wacky bubblegum and the Nighthawk themes, there were a few gaps in those. So we were missing a terrace in the forest glade. We were missing an art gallery in bubblegum. Those have now been filled in, and there's a couple of gaps left, which we'll be working on as time goes on. But now the majority of all templates are available in all themes. So if you just love that Nighthawk theme or love that Coastal Shore theme, you can make your whole metaverse available with all templates available to us, which is going to be awesome for creativity and just for making your really little kind of consistent branding.
So just to be clear, that infinite line of margaritas that we got delivered to you the other day when you were working at home paid off because you got all of this done.
I was working like a mad thing, baby. Just jumping away, making these things. Yeah, I mean, just call me the template maestro.
Yes.
Whacking them out. But yeah, it's great to fill in these gaps. It's been one of the things that's just been kind of there back in my mind for a long time now. I just haven't had the time or really the kind of the occasion to shove them all in. So we've done that now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But San, I have a question. If everything is available on premium, why the hell would I pay for anything else?
Why would you upgrade to pro? Why would you upgrade to business?
Tell me, Sam. Tell
It's a
me.
very good question. Well, I think the key thing here is to note that we've also made other changes to things like the storage capacity. So storage has increased across the board. For those of you who enjoy, sorry, I'm getting messages popping up from the side telling me about how they love it when you get animated, Wendy. So yeah, the number of available storage for everybody's increased. I know a lot of you have been complaining about the lack of ability to store enough files. We have addressed that. We've increased the storage and we've increased that across the board. We are also looking at a whole load of new features that have been downgraded from higher tiers to lower tiers, but still require more than the premium. Do you want to run through the list?
So I was distracted there. I wasn't listening at all to a word you said.
Okay. I shall run through the list. So we have got a list of changes that I announced recently, and I'm just going to go find them so that we can have a look at them. But yes, the key idea here is that we are completely upending everything, and this is tied to the XP. So I'm just waiting for things to load because my computer is on a slow one, but yeah, here we go. So most of the changes that you'll be seeing are related to premium getting more, but you will notice that the gigabyte storage of the Pro has gone up to 20 and of business has gone up to 32 gigabytes. So if you are in business, you really do have the ability to make a huge amount of files uploaded and update and customize all of your storefronts in a most amazing way. The Pro plan can have 15 Infiniverse storefronts, and the business plan can have a whopping how many? 50 storefronts on business. Oh my God.
You can have two of every single template.
Exactly. That's going to be pretty awesome. So you're going to be able to have 50 storefronts on the business plan. You will be able to use and upload the videos using the custom HLS and stream links on Pro. So while we downgraded it so that now the premium has access to YouTube, Pro now has the ability to stream, which is pretty awesome. You could pretty much do what we're doing right now in your own storefront or in your own metaverse for yourselves on the Pro account, which I think is pretty flippin' amazing.
Yeah, if anyone jump in familiar with HLS links, if you just Google HLS or .m3u8, you'll see what these video links are. We use them with a streaming service called Vimeo, which is how we access and upload the majority of our videos. It's a great little video platform to use, and yet that is now accessible to Pro.
Yeah. So pretty much what we're doing now, they're having a live stream into Infiniverse. You won't be able to go into Infiniverse, but you will be able to stream yourself into any of the rooms and metaverses that you've got. So this is a key thing to remember. It's a very powerful tool, and don't ignore it if you are on the Pro plan. The business plan is going to be benefiting from, as will the Pro, increased subscription tier bonuses to XP. Now, this won't go live until the XP is finalized and we're taken off of the trial, but I have announced it that we are changing the way that the experience points will work. We will be awarding Metacoin for users who go up a level. So every time you earn experience points, those experience points will count towards your level. Every time you level up, you will be given rewards, and the rewards that you get will be multiplied based upon the subscription tier you have. The numbers I'm going to throw at you, those are all temporary ones that we're playing with, pulling levers on, tweaking and adjusting. So caveat, this is not to be...
Hand little infogram to come up while you talk. Here we go.
Put up the infogram. There we go. So we're going to be looking at a scenario where the XP earned and the level up rewards will be increased based upon the subscription tier that you are on. The free is the basic, so there will be no multipliers for that. But for premium, you'll get an extra 15% bonus, as an example, and 300% rewards. So 3 times the rewards. In a scenario like where we're dealing with, for example, Metacoin, you earn 50 Metacoin on free. That means premium would get 150 Metacoin. Pro, which is going to be going up to 1,200%, would get 600 Metacoin, and business at 1,800 Metacoin. Now, like I say, these numbers are still being worked on. We're not exactly nailing down that these are the right numbers. We're not promising anything, but this is the general guidelines for where we're working on the numbers back at the office right now. So to put that into perspective, that means that you will earn more experience points for the same tasks. So let's say, I don't know, you high five Wendy because Wendy's cool, and you get experience points for that because you've got to give experience points for high fiving Wendy. But let's say you do that on free, you get the standard experience points, which are cool, it will help you level up, and that's all good. But on premium, you'll get 15% more experience points. On pro, you'd get 30% more, and on business, a whole whopping 50% more experience points. So not only will you earn more as you level up, but you will level up faster. So real incentive to go out there and get into the business plan, look at the incentives for the pro plan, decide which one is right for you, and now's the time to get in there and start acting on that, because we will be looking at how we get those out to you very soon. And I can't say within weeks, but pretty soon we're going to be seeing the final touches to the XP trial, and we'll be switching over from the trial to the final version, and people will be able to start earning Metacoin as they experience and play, use. And again, what are the 4 criteria we're using for giving out experience points?
There is visiting,
exploring,
transacting, and participating. All the 4 key things you can do in our app.
Yeah. So the way that we're thinking about it again is we want to reward people that are in the app, participating in the app, making the app better, and that includes creators, it includes people enjoying the app and visiting it and spending time there, it includes people that are interacting with other people and how they work and interact together. All of these things we've got triggers for, and we are coding madly more, and we're adjusting numbers, and we're saying, well, these aren't being awarded enough, so those go up and this goes down and that goes out and that goes up and left and right, etc., etc. So the experience points are being adjusted. We are in the process of tweaking everything and adding more. You will and can expect to see experience point triggers added over the coming weeks for the trial. So the trial is still not finished, but adding new triggers that will allow you to level up quicker, faster, better, cooler, smoother, etc.
Yeah, I mean, Stan is driving us nuts right now. He literally in the morning goes, right, guys, can we have a little huddle here? Look at this spreadsheet. So if I change this to this and times this by this, but then if you do this and this, but if you do that and that, and we're like, oh, God, seriously, Stan, just stop it. But if you do this and you do this, you get double that. But if you're on a premium, then you got that. But then like, is that too much? Is that too little? Are we doing right? Is this the right thing? And this is going on for hours. Stephen yesterday asked a single question. Does this mean this? Yes or no? An hour and a half later, we're still looking at the damn spreadsheets.
Yeah, but you've got to admit, it does feel slick, doesn't it?
Yeah, and this to say, we are looking at it in fine detail. It is an immensely complex system, something like this with an XP and any other game that you've played. Where you see these X points being given and granted, there is so much going on behind the scenes at the rate at which you level up, how fast you level up based on what level you're already on, how you can combo things, combine things, and it's a tricky little thing to make sure that you get rewarded the right amount for doing the right things, whilst covering up any loopholes that people are just getting leveling up for doing the wrong things or for not doing anything at all. So we're trying to really reward people who. For those key things for create, and well, we should actually also probably add creating to that list, because we want to reward creators as well. We want to reward people for creating good content, good stores, good events, good places that other people want to go to.
An interesting point that Stephen brought up, which we hadn't included until we were talking about it yesterday. Well, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's something that Stephen, the key coder, is talking about. So there is a good chance, as much chance as anything at least, that it will happen. Is he was talking about, in the past, we had conversations with people where they wanted to tip other people for being friendly, good, and helping out. And we came up with an idea, well, we didn't like tipping because that sort of suggested that people could be begging for money. And we didn't want Multiverse and Finiverse to become this place where you'd meet irritating kids or adults that would go around saying, give me cash, 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 because that can obviously get irritating. If you've got kids of your own, you know what it's like. Pocket money is a frustrating thing to have to manage. But the key thing we did think was actually it might be nice to be able to let somebody thank you for being helpful, and in thanking you, provide you with XP. So we are thinking about things in a very interesting and different way to how you'd think about it from a game. And that is, it's complex, like you say. It's going to be integrated in various different ways. There's going to be knock-ons. This will give that, and that will have a double effect, etc., etc. We're working all of those things out. So yes, please be aware. note that we are going to be changing things each time we update the app over the coming weeks. You can probably expect there are some hidden new triggers in there, and you should probably explore what they do and which ones give rewards that didn't in the past. If you have any feedback on any of the issues that you've got that you feel, well, for example, this hasn't given XP, let us know. I've had a couple of people reach out to me and say, hey, San, I expected this to give me XP, it didn't. Was it a bug? Is it working? Is it not? And those were either things that were not on our list or were on our list but hadn't been coded yet. So those things, yes, please be aware of, think about, and note. Yeah, XP is coming. It's going to be cool. It's going to be awesome. And hopefully we're going to see the right people rewarded for the right things.
Fantastic. So yeah, we continue hard at work on this. We're all absolutely knuckling down to get this done. And it's very much an ongoing process, but every day we get more information, more figures, more data to look at, to crunch those numbers, it's gonna, I think it's gonna work really, really well. There's gonna be some amazing, just make it so much more rewarding for everybody really to do what they've already been doing, which is win-win.
Yeah, and I've just been told by people on the internal Slack that I've got to make sure that I announce that we will be, of course, having a vote internally with a blue and a red jar as to whether or not we allow tax on tips. No, that's just an inside joke that some of you might get. Okay, cool. What's next?
Okay, so let's move on then to the crash bug.
We might need to change it, Wendy. The chart is still up. Have we put the chart down?
Oh, I did. No. It's too much stuff to think about.
They can't see your awesome animation if the chart is up. You might have to do the animation again.
The crash bug. Do, do, do is what I did.
There we go. Yes, the crash bug. So we are obviously going to reach out and say thank you to a couple of people. We've had 2 people submit unique crash bugs that we can recreate simply, easily. Thank you very much, guys. We're not going to mention anything on names or anything like that. We're out there asking them if they want the reward or if they want their name in the Dev Zone special thanks area. You'll be hearing from us, but we really appreciate it. The coders absolutely made a big difference to their day and made it possible for them to recreate it. So while we haven't fixed the low memory yet, we now do have a way to reproduce one instance of it. We don't know if there's more than one instance. We'll fix that instance. Once we've fixed that instance, we'll ask you guys to tell us if there's more, and if there are, how to recreate them. But we really appreciate it. The bug hunt has been on, and it's made our lives so much easier. So thank you very much, you guys.
Yeah, he used the information. It was absolutely perfectly provided. What he actually done, he's actually set up a little Autobot to copy. So with the steps we were given, he's made this little Autobot do those steps in super rapid time. So it takes about 5 minutes to recreate this bug. So you can watch it happening. You can watch what happens, performance, what happens as it goes through stages, at which point things drop off, and what it is therefore that's causing it. So this has really helped him identify certainly what particular issue that they think is causing the thing to crash. So that's kind of how it works. But it all comes down to reproducibility. If we can't copy it ourselves, then we just can't pinpoint what it was. So that's why it's been so crucial and so helpful to have this information from you guys.
So bug bounty hunters, you rock, you're awesome. Thank you very much. Very, very much appreciated.
And what about the other little beetle bug?
The menu bug, the Oculus menu bug. Well, that one we have got various people reporting. We are seeing it ourselves now. We've got at least one programmer who is saying he's seeing it, and we're seeing it on not just Multiverse, but also on the Flip. So that is interesting, and on other stuff that we're working on in the background. So there is definitely something there. We're looking into it, and we will have more information for you on that as soon as possible. I did write a little dev thought on it. Definitely go read it if you're interested in some of the stresses and issues with working with a company like Meta, who move fast and break things nearly faster than we do, and nearly. It's fair enough for us to break stuff, but not for them. Go on.
I found my finger visible in this thing. So San, if someone wants to read something like Dev Thoughts or even chat with the devs, where should they go?
Yes, we have this amazing thing called Discord, and on it we do talk to you guys specifically in constructive and helpful manners about things like the bug hunt and the dev thoughts. That's where you can find it. You can find our Discord channel. It's mentioned across the app in about 15 different places. I think the best place to find it would be in the link on the billboard in Grand Central. When this isn't playing, there is a little link that appears and shows up underneath. There you go. Can you repeat that again slowly and clearly?
Chat.mvrse.com. That will take you straight to an invite to
go.
our Discord server. Join up, accept all the T's and C's, and you will enter an amazing community of wonderfully interesting, quirky, and helpful people who are invested in the app almost as much as we are, and yet you can hear all sorts of chat and goings on and sneak peeks and info about us and the app, really.
We do tend to put things into the app first, like this will be in the app first. We'll put the updates room with updates on bugs and other things that we do in the app first, but then we announce it on Discord. So you don't have to go into the app every day, although we do recommend it, and especially if you want your XP. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, there might be something related to daily XP rewards. But yes, definitely make sure you go visit the updates room and also come join our Discord. It's a great place to share, talk, chat, and discuss updates, features, omissions, revisions, everything.
Indeed. Yeah, the updates room, it will have the replay of this chat going on in there as soon as we finish today. It has information on the most recent bug fixes, the most recent app build. It's got a few general announcements, information, and a couple of sneak peeks as and when they come available. So all sorts of stuff in there. It's got a link directly to our newsletter as well. So Dora does an amazing job of writing a fantastic newsletter with all sorts of updates and helpful information. So if you haven't signed up for that, do go sign up for it. Go to the updates room, go to the Dora Mark newsletter, and sign up there, and you will get access to this information.
There is something about signing up to the Multiverse Online, even if you don't want a subscription, isn't there? Because if you do go and sign up, then you do get sort of rewarded for it.
Rewarded?
I don't know, something like that. I can't remember. It's a conversation with Stephen, something about.
He talks a lot of crap these days.
Yeah.
But, you get rewarded for doing all sorts of things these days.
But yes, definitely head on over to multiverseonline.io, connect your account, and regardless of whether you upgrade to Premium, Pro, or Business, all of which we can recommend, you will get rewarded regardless. Okay, next on the list, I know that we've been having one of our big draws, one of the awesome things that we do right from the beginning, and any of you OGs that have been there right from the beginning will know. We used to be an app that was only about, what was it? Like astronomy, planetarium. That's the sort of stuff that we used to have. And it was a huge draw. And we got some amazing scenarios. I have some fantastic memories of when we launched the ISS room, which I don't know if you've been to, but you should definitely go visit. We actually met people from NASA in VR in the ISS room with us when we were launching the ISS room in Multiverse back in the day. So, people from all over the world come visit, people that actually know what they're talking about, and I am impressed and blown away by what we do. And they were in there watching the videos with us, looking at the model of the ISS that we have, which has been increased in quality and resolution since the update, no,
Yes.
Wendy?
I do believe the model itself is slightly out of date insofar as it hasn't got one of the correct modules on it. Someone did point it out to me, but apologies for that. It's historical, archive
Historical.
of things. But yeah, I mean, for those of you who don't know, why don't you know the history of the planetarium? It is how we started off when we first launched back in 2020. We were just the planetarium, but I say just, it is an incredible space, educational and informative, and just awe-inspiringly great to wander around and look at. We have over 70 rooms all about space exploration, about the planets, about the stars, the solar system, and it's a wonderful resource for those wanting to just nerd a bit more, just have a little kind of time out from other more hectic aspects in VR. And yeah, it's always been
And it is entirely free, isn't it?
It is. It's completely free, like the Multiverse app. The whole planetarium is and will always be free. We made that a promise and a commitment, and that is how we're going to stick to it. And it's always been a very, very popular draw. Space is a hugely popular topic. My memories are I sort of joined the team just shortly after Planetarium had been launched, and then took on making many of the rooms. My first thing, the very first time our servers completely crashed was with the launch of the Perseverance rover to Mars back in the summer of 2020. We'd never had just that many, I don't know how many people on board, but it just absolutely went nuts, just to demonstrate the attraction and the interest in these kind of events, still as NASA push the boundaries of things. And with the update, it's now just visually more sparklinger, more better, more bright. I was in there today, bumped into one of our info team, Chill Puppy, and we were just standing there looking at some of the exhibits thinking this is just such a cool place. Now, one of the things that's made it so cool is NASA. We have to give out a little thanks to NASA. They have been very, very generous, not just to us, but to the world. They have made all of their resources, their videos, their imagery, their information open source and free for anyone to use without the need for licensing. So we have very much exploited this to use in the planetarium, but it's made it that much more of an amazing space. And one of the things we've always had is the NASA live stream. This has been a 24/7 stream that's been playing. I don't know how many years it's been going, 7, 8, 9 years. This live stream has been playing until last week. So NASA had decided to end their live stream. They've done this for many, many reasons, many good ones and a few sad ones as well. They've just consolidated their online media content and taken off some of the old stuff and decided to change around. But what this does mean is we can no longer have that constant stream in our NASA Live in particular. But fear not, we've been looking at this very carefully, and we've got a great lineup of NASA events. So every single live event, the launches, the landings, they will still be streamed live over in our NASA Live room. All you need to do is just check the discovery menu for the events, see what's coming up. So this weekend, I think tonight, tomorrow, the Boeing Starliner is heading back from the ISS uncrewed, Butch and Sonia being left on board unexpectedly until next year when they can be brought home due to various issues with their spacesuits and the Boeing Starliner. But yeah, we're streaming live as that Boeing Starliner undocks from the ISS and then lands back into Earth. So that's a great thing to watch. Every other launch, we'll be tracking them all, we'll be showing them in that room. So if you love space, even if you don't, just want interest to know what's going on, press conferences, documentaries, we've got a huge big lineup of NASA documentaries and things we're going to be showing. Head over to that room. The other little side room, so that's the NASA Live room. So that is available through the cinemas section and through the planetarium. Yes.
So just to be clear, all of this is within the planetarium, but where do we find the planetarium?
So the planetarium you can get on there via the Discover menu, or just going into Grand Central. So into Grand Central, that big atrium-like room that you arrive at when you first join the app, that has key doors to all of our main areas. There's 12 doors in there. Which head to our exhibitions division, our zombie town, our mazes, and one of the doors is to the planetarium. So check out those doors. There's a showrooms area in there. There's all sorts of the Chamber of Commerce. It really is your gateway to all of the areas of multiverse that we ourselves produce for your wonderful enjoyment. So yeah, planetarium door in there. And obviously, if any events are scheduled, they will be on the Discovery menu. So head to the events section of the Discovery menu to see the upcoming events.
But it will also be on your phone in the Meta app, no?
Will it?
Yeah, well, depending on whether we featured it or not, but we do feature a lot of the events. So if you want to, you can also have a look on Discovery menu, not Discovery, Discovery menu in app, but outside of the app on your phone, in the Meta events list, you should see the multiverse events listed, and those will be both the events that we host, but also some of the events that users host.
Apologies there, Sam's breaking up.
And you can subscribe to them, join them, and I'm saying ding ding, get into VR, go into the multiverse, go into Planet.
Yeah, you're breaking up a bit there, Sam, so sorry if anyone couldn't catch what was going on there. Just to refresh. Yeah, so we have a system of featuring events, which many of you have taken advantage of. When an event is featured, what does this mean? This means that not only is it shown on the events list in the Discovery menu, but it is shown on the Meta events list. So when you go either on your cell phone or on the Meta website, or even in the Meta homeroom in the headset, on the events page, you'll see all the featured events. So if you have an event that you want to get out there beyond just Multiverse and advertise it to every single user of the Quest platform, then get it featured. It also means when you arrive in Grand Central, that big door in front of you, during a featured event, that door will change and will take users directly to wherever your event is in Multiverse. Featuring, very easy. Create your event and then press that request featuring button. That's all you have to do, and we will let you know if there's any gaps or things need filling in, any additional information, but it's pretty much a normal event, you just get it featured. So this is a very powerful way of getting your event advertised to every single person on the platform. So we're going to be doing this featuring with these NASA events, so do check it out. The other thing that we've got on the NASA side, so we have the NASA Live room, and that's where we're showing these live events. We also have the NASA Video Lobby. This is a little area, the door straight from NASA Live room, other doors to our planetarium, and this is a little selection of hand-picked videos, just 5 minutes long, about various things going on at NASA. There's a little bit about the Mars Ingenuity helicopter, there's about the first all-female spacewalk, there's about the mission to Psyche, the asteroid. There's also a weekly update called Space to Ground, which is a weekly update from the ISS of all just bits and pieces of going on, little snippets of information that are updated regularly. So head over to the NASA Video Hub to check out these videos for little short and sweet information about what's going on, and just a little change of pace.
Awesome. I hope you can hear me again. If you can't, probably better for you.
Yeah, I think you're back now. It was just a little glitchiness, so I think your dulcet tones are restored.
Awesome. Okay, so we've talked about NASA, we've talked about the subscriptions, we've talked about XP, we've talked about the crash bugs. I think there's a couple of things left. One thing I want to make sure, I don't know if all of you remember, but we said that we would be giving out Metacoin in Multiverse for earning levels in our other game, The Flip. I know that you guys may or may not have been doing that, but it's a good point for me to remind you to remember to go in and get your level 30 in The Flip, because we will be locking off the trial at some point, and when we do, we'll be cutting off the point for that reward. So if you haven't got to level 30 yet, make sure you go in, get to level 30, and enjoy that. Make sure you're also doing that on the same account that you're logged into Multiverse, because we'll be handing out those rewards.
Is that the only reason you want to take part in the trial? Just playing in The Flip and getting some XP? Is there any other reason you might want to take part in the trial? Any other little perks?
Well, there is something, isn't there? There's a couple of things going on. One is that you could be rewarded if you're one of the top 20, and the other is that we are, if enough people join, going to be changing out the thingamajiggies, those weird statues. So let's talk a little bit about those. Yes, for the people that get to the top 20, we will be plucking one at random out from that top 20 list, and we will be providing them with their very own plot. So if you don't have a plot yet, or if you want one, or if you've got one you want more, now's the perfect time to make sure that you're in the top 20 of the XP people that have earned the most XP during the trial period. And for those of you that have, you will be in the running up for a plot, and that plot will be a pretty good one, we think. Is there anything else I should mention about the plots, Wendy?
That covers that little reward.
Yes. So remember, XP in Multiverse, the top 20, we will pluck one at random from, eat, and then another one at random and give them a plot.
Even if you're not in the top 20, even if you're not wanting to see us as a competition, so I know many people see XP as a great competition and they want to get more, and that's brilliant. Other people just like doing it for their own interest and enjoyment, and that is quite okay as well. Yeah. But even of those, you're going to get rewarded. If you reach level 10, then you will get some Metacoin. You will get 100 Metacoin into your account. If you reach level 100, so that's not XP or 100, that's level 100, you will get 1,000 Metacoin gifted just for taking part in the trial. So just to say thank you for helping us regulate the system, because we cannot test it and calibrate it without people taking part in it. And yes, as I mentioned, the final of the rewards we're giving out is if 10,000 people take part in the trial, and we're nudging up to that amount so far, I have to say.
We are.
We're getting scarily
We're
close.
more than 50% of the way there.
If 10,000 people take part in the trial, that's whatever level they get to, just take part in the trial. Then we will be switching out the food statue. So if you love your carrot and your sushi and your teapot, then head over now, take some photos for posterity, because there is an extremely likely chance that they will get switched out and replaced with something sparkly and new.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, we are very much heading towards the, well past the 50% mark, and we're heading close towards the 100% mark of hitting that, well within the region time that we'd set. So very happy about that. We will let you know when it happens, and it will be a great opportunity to get your last photos of teapots and things like that before they disappear forever. So yes, I can pretty safely say that unless the servers go down and Ollie just burns them all, we should be hitting that 10K number relatively soon. Cool. I think that pretty much covers it. So we're talking about XP and the rewards that you get from it. And the rewards are getting to level 10, getting to level 100, the top 20, and the 10,000 users participating, causing the change out of the statues. I think that's it, isn't it? Those 4 rewards. Oh, and then the flip. Make sure you go into the flip, get level 30. So yeah, a whole bunch of things to play with and to do. All of them will be rewarded, as we've mentioned.
And just a very quick reminder, just in case you don't know what the flip is our sister app. It's an amazing shooter game that we launched earlier on this year. How to get there? Well, you can just search for it on the App Store, or you can head over to the Flip showroom and have a little try before you buy. So the Flip showroom is available by the Playroom lobby. So we can go into Grand Central, go into the door marked Playroom lobby, and in there you will find a door to the Flip showroom with a few trailers and some little information about the app and there. And if you are tempted enough, you can head through the door marked Buy Now, which will take you directly to the App Store page for purchasing the Flip. No need to exit the app, it'll take you there straight away, which is very handy.
It is, and it sort of feels like how a metaverse should work, doesn't it? Because in a metaverse, the idea that you get XP over here and rewards over there and things are linked up, that's sort of important. Another one is to be able to jump between apps and locations. That's working. These are all things that we feel are key parts to how a metaverse should function, and it shouldn't really matter to the user whether it's one app or another, but they should be integrated, and that's what we're doing.
I would like to go with my Nectar card and go into Tesco and get some reward points from Tesco, or use my club card and go into Waitrose, but I can't. I have 3 separate well, actually I have one card I don't want to buy a blinking Tesco club card, but either way I would like to be able to get points for buying in whatever supermarket. Apologies American folk, Tesco, Waitrose and Sainsbury's are large.
I was just going to say, it's
like
Walmart and Target.
Yeah, something, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'd like cross place rewards. So yeah, this is how we see the metaverse. Is what we want it to be. We want it to be. It's not individual little things that are isolated and have no connection between each other. That's not how the world should work. That's not how we want it to work. We want it to link up to everyone, have this wonderful, idyllic, kind of halcyon place.
Pretty much like your background.
It is. I mean, it's actually not far off from right now. I don't quite have the kind of the furry thing, but it is tipping with rain, and I've got a garden behind me, so I figured it was fair.
I thought that was you skinning Chris.
He's not turned up today. I did tell him. I said 4 o'clock, stay out of my window. He has threatened to turn up.
I don't know whether you noticed, but Philippa walked past and appeared in the background just temporarily.
I didn't see. Yeah, spot prize for anyone who can.
She was dressed unlike Chris.
Yeah. Okay, so we are heading towards the end, so we're going to switch to our final feature, and this is the prize for the egg draw. So to recap, as you know, we have these quests in place. Love them or hate them, love them or loathe them, they are there as the way to progress your eggs forward. So we've got 11 eggs placed, 1 by hard work, by various districts throughout Infiniverse, and you have the chance to either crack them or hatch them by completing one of a number of quests. If you want to know more about these quests, head over to the Dragon Egg Info Centre and the Dragon Quest Room, again through the Playroom lobby, or often via the Discovery menu to find out a bit more about what these quests involve and how you can achieve them. Each quest has a number of tiers, tier 1 being the easy version. Once tier 1 has been achieved, that quest moves to tier 2. So for example, one of the quests was, I think, to produce a live stream with a number of viewers. I think the first number of viewers was 5,000, I can't remember the number. When that tier was achieved, which it was, the quest moved up to tier 2 and became a little bit harder, and you needed to achieve a higher number to pass that quest. There's various quests that relate to things like making events, deep links, live streams, helpful reviews, all sorts. Anyone can have a go at any one for the benefit of any egg. So if you like an egg and you want to see it move forward, grab a quest, pick one, give it a go, and you never know what you're going to achieve. Now, this is how the UK district has managed to hatch its fully fledged live dragon. It's how the Patience Stroke Asylum district managed to hatch its fully fledged dragon. We also have a cracked beast egg, and we have a cracked Paradise City, which is the flower egg over in Paradise City. And it's amazing to see these eggs progress. Now, what has happened is a user has in fact achieved one of these quests, but unfortunately we've been unable to contact them. So we discussed this and we took the decision that we would not really reveal who the user is or which quest has been achieved. Neither will that quest actually move up to the next tier, so that same tier that has been achieved is still now available for anyone else to attempt. We felt this was the fairest way to progress, and all that remained therefore was to work out which egg to crack, because normally the user who achieves the quest gets to pick their egg. So we thought we should do a live draw, and that time has come. So let me pull up a little picture just to remind you all about the egg stages. Yeah, there we go. So these are the eggs and the stages they're currently at. So this live draw will apply to all of the eggs apart from the alien egg and the rainbow egg, rainbow dragon and egg dragon, which have already been fully hatched. So all of the other eggs which haven't yet fully hatched are going into this live draw. So you can see there on that little poster the eggs, the stage they're currently at. So stage 1 is a laid egg, stage 2 is a cracked egg, and stage 3 is a baby dragon. And you'll see behind them the districts in which they are located. You can find all of these on the Discovery menu via the landmarks list. What are you laughing at, San?
I'm getting messages from people saying this is so exciting. They're in app, they're watching this.
So we've got the flower egg in Paradise City, we've got the leaf egg at Empire City, we've got the ooze egg in Hex, the fire egg in the Valley of the Fire Dragon, the frost egg in Forever Kids, the wind egg in the Cookie Monster district, cookies, the beast egg in the Australia district, the stone egg in Alliance City, the feather egg in Women's World, and those are the 9 eggs that are going into the pot. So
just to be clear, we're not cheating, are we? We're doing this in a very fair way, aren't we?
I did consider just asking Gupti, asking ChatGPT to pick one, but I thought it was a little bit dull, not really exciting. I thought about, again, cutting up bits of paper in a hat like I did last time, but again, I've done that, do something new. So I've been technologically advanced with this one, San. I really have. I've pushed the boat out. So what I'm going to do is pull up. Is that? Move that down. Oh, in the wrong order. We've got a lot.
We've lined up all the employees, and we're going to randomly shoot one. And the one that we shoot is the one that is assigned an egg.
Yes.
Something. No, that wasn't it. That was something else. I forget.
Right. I managed to cover up San's face with. Oh, there. I can move it now. There we go. Let's put it in the middle. There we go. I managed to cover up his face. So there we go. Lock that back in place. So yeah. So I've literally found a little lottery spin app online, and I've entered in all of the different eggs. So I'll leave that there for a minute or two for those watching to locate which colour whichever egg you're rooting for is located. So we've got the yellow is Australia beast egg, we've got red is the flower egg, we've got kind of blue.
Can we make it bigger?
Not easy. Oh, can I make it bigger? I'll give it a
The
go.
users out there want to see it and they can't read it because it's too
Let's
small.
give it a little go. There we go. It's going to cover up our faces, but I think that'll be all right. There we go. Is that big enough? So about,
It might be.
It's about as big as I can get it on the screen. You can't see me. You can see half of Sam's face, but if I move.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit around the side and you can see me there. Okay, any questions, Sam, before I think I just click that button and it goes. I haven't actually tried it yet, so it may or fail miserably. Any questions, Sam, before we click the button?
No, I just want to make sure that I understand exactly what's happening. So we're about to click a button.
Yes.
That's going to cause a random spinner to spin.
Yes.
And it's going to land on a color, and the color represents an egg.
Yes.
And the egg that it lands on, or the color that it lands on, therefore the egg that it chooses, is going to be the egg that we choose to upgrade.
Yes.
But we don't know when that's going to happen, do we? Because we
No.
haven't yet set the date for the
Exactly.
update.
So once the egg has been chosen, we will be contacting the owner, the custodian of that egg, to coordinate a time at which it will hatch, and we will then do all the necessary to make that happen. So we don't yet know the time. That is obviously to be decided, but we'll make sure that it is something that suits the custodian of the egg. So are we ready? I have no idea how long this thing takes to spin either. If it stops slowly or quickly, we'll find out. But are we ready?
We're ready, so ready,
Give me a countdown.
ready.
Give me a countdown.
Excitement done. Let's go.
Count me down.
Oh, from 20, 22, 18, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
The winner is Women's World and the Feather Egg, Sherry!
Yay!
Yay! There we go!
Children's World, whatever it is, but hey, cool. Women's World is great. That's awesome. I am so looking forward to seeing that egg hatch. And we now need to talk to Sherry about when and
just
where.
clarify, Sandy, that egg's now going to crack. The egg is currently at stage 1, which is a laid egg, so it's going to move forward to stage 2, which is the cracked egg. So just to clarify that point quickly. But yes, that's fantastic. Well, and Sherry, we're really pleased about that, although obviously any winner would have been worthy winner. You all have done such amazing work to promote these eggs. I think that brings everything to a close for today's Devcast. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Hope you've learned a little something. As always, this video will be put on replay over in the updates room and the live stream room as well for you to watch at your leisure. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Great to see you. Look forward to seeing you in-app. Remember, T-shirts on sale, things like that. Go to your storefront, set it up, make it all happen. See you in Multiverse.
The Devcast, where verse meets meta, where meta meets verse, where gamers meet devs and vice versa. Devcast, it's in the name. Devcast, it's in the game. Devcast, it's in the verse. Devcast, it's multiverse. Plugging you in where verse meets meta. Plugging you in where meta meets verse. Plugging you in, feel the pulse getting better. Plugging you in to the multiverse. Devcast, the Dev